It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and welcome to the Coach Corner. I'm here with my dude, Steve Daygame. How you doing?
What's up?
What's going on? So, Steve, explain to the people what you do, because you know you have dating coaches, you have pickup artists, but what is it exactly that you do?
Okay, so basically, I teach men how to meet women in the daytime.
Right.
And there's a lot of misconceptions with this whole world. I use the term day game because that clearly describes what I do. Anyone that knows day game would say that's what I do. But I don't consider myself a pickup artist or really part of that community because there is a lot of guys in that community that are socially uncalibrated. They're using routines, and they're just really, the thought process from a lot of those type of guys is, I call it like 50 Cent, get laid or die trying. Like they'll do anything it takes,
to get,
and
you're
they
right,
don't care about ethics or you know, lying to the girl or whatever.
Right.
Where my outlook on it is really more like self-development,
right.
And I like to take a, I guess, a holistic view of the whole person, the guy, and what is he going to improve. Usually pretty much everyone that's not getting the results they want,
right.
It's self-limiting beliefs or it's something about their self-concept that they need to now work on and go out and do,
right.
Take action and shift this self-concept into being, I'm not the guy that gets girls, to
right.
being, I can go out, meet women,
right.
and have fun doing it. So that's pretty much what I do. I'm out in the field with people.
Nice.
And I do it in New York City, Long Island. So that's me.
And what made you want to get into this? What made you say, you know, I want to actually go out and help guys?
Okay, so this is a really great, interesting thing. In my life, I did a lot of things where I was chasing money.
Right.
And I said, oh, I could go sell real estate and make money. I
right.
could do construction and make money. And I hated doing it, but I thought that I'd get a lot of money doing it.
Right.
This is something that I was always like social, and I'd have girlfriends in my life, but developing, meeting a woman from scratch, I was clueless with doing. So I broke up with a girlfriend, and I said, you know, I have to learn this social interaction of going out and meeting women out of nothing.
Right.
It can happen from just a person on the street that is basically taking a stranger and making them part of your life.
Right.
So I went out, and I was really passionate about it, and I read on forums, and I studied books, and I studied psychology stuff.
Right.
And by going out so much, I learned what works and what doesn't work.
Right.
And I eventually started a meetup group, NYC Daygame, which is now actually canceled. Meetup is kind of haters.
Yo, oh my God, they did the same thing to me. Trust, I already know. They don't. I think Meetup is run by feminists or something. They don't like guys meeting up to meet women.
So that's a whole story in itself. But anyway, I had the group for about 6 or 7 months. It was 170 something guys were in it,
man.
and we had a lot of fun. A lot of guys came out, got tons of value in. I would do free meetups and go over some of the basics, and then the guys that wanted to get more in depth would do the coaching.
Right.
But so originally I started the meetup group for fun and to just keep myself active, and then I learned very quickly that guys were really looking to me for advice, and I said, wow, you know what? I actually have something here that I could charge for. This is a big demand to learn this stuff. So I started charging, and it kind of just took off naturally on its own. And now I've been realizing more and more, wow, this is like my full-time thing.
That's cool.
So it's going really well for me, and I'm just working at building it.
And what do you think like is the biggest like misconception about, you know, meeting women and attracting women? Because I know a lot of times guys, from you know, in my experience, they think that it's an overnight thing. They think that, you know, that okay, I'm gonna learn something today, and then by tomorrow I'm gonna have like 10 girls in my bed. Like, do you run into that, or?
I run into that a little bit. It's definitely a lot of guys like that are out there, but I'd say if people come out to my meetup and meet me, and once they start talking to me, I'll really get over that with them really fast. And I'll say it's about building skill. It's a long-term thing. It's not. There's really no. It's kind of like anything in life. There's no shortcut to success.
Right.
If you're totally like bad social skills and no experience with women, this is going to take time.
Right.
And then the famous question I always get is, how long is it going to take me to get good?
Right.
And that's like you cannot answer that question. Anyone who thinks they can answer that question, they're just lying, trying to get your money.
Right.
There's so many factors at play. There's a million factors. What is your current level?
Right.
What does good mean to you?
Right.
And how motivated are you? How much time do you have to put to this? And you know, how much motivation are you going to bring to it? So everybody is different. Everybody has a different place they want to go to with it. And that's kind of why what I do is so interesting and fulfilling for me, because I kind of cater myself to every person totally differently, and really feel them out. Where they're starting from, where they want to get to, and then I'm going to help them take action and do what they got to do to get there.
Nice. And how long did it take you to get good, like, or feel comfortable enough to really?
Yeah, I'd say like there is no like, oh, I'm not good.
Right.
And hey, today I'm good.
Right.
It's like a progressive thing where it's kind of like a journey where you're never really. I mean, I go say now I'm good.
Right.
But I'd say you're always going to improve. You have skills. I would want to say that there's not you're bad and then you're good.
Right.
It's that you have skills and then you improve them, and it's constant, never-ending improvement.
Right.
Unless you give up and stop, and then you're going to stay the same and get worse.
Right.
But yeah, I'd say I was, like I said, I wasn't starting off really low. Like some guys are, their social skills and skills of women are very low.
Right.
I was always social and fun to be around. I'd have girlfriends that I'd meet through friends or through school or whatever. So for me to come out and do it from nothing, I had to just get over the approach anxiety,
the anxiety
as they call it, of going and just doing it.
Right.
What are the people around me watching gonna think?
Right.
What if I get rejected? It was all internal stuff that I was saying to myself, and I had to get over that.
Right.
And that's when I really delved into the psychology, inner game stuff, and I read a lot of books, stuff like Tony Robbins, Awaken the Giant Within, that are more psychology based, and that part, I say there's two parts to it. There's the internal part, and there's the external part.
Right.
So the internal part is like your internal dialogue and your self-limiting beliefs and what you're saying to yourself.
Right.
You have to correct that to be talking yourself up, pumping yourself up with
Right.
positive statements,
Right.
and then you also have to do the external. You have to take action. You can't just sit around all day and go, I can meet women, I'm awesome,
great,
I'm awesome,
and then you don't do anything.
but then not do anything.
Right.
So you got to go and work on the internal stuff, but then go and take action consistent with the person you want to become.
Right.
And then that's pretty much exactly what I've done. And I didn't really realize that was what I've done until I look back on it, and with all my research I keep doing, I'm putting the pieces together. That's what's worked for me, and that's the approach I'm taking with the guys I'm coaching, and it works really well.
Nice. So I gotta ask you this, because we're in New York City, and there's a whole bunch of talk about street harassment.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of videos of women walking around and saying guys are catcalling them and all that. And since we're in the business of teaching men how to approach women and talk to women, in the street and everywhere else. What's your take on that? What's your opinions on street harassment and how people are taking it? And what do you think about that?
I'd say that it's one of those things where there's never going to be everyone's going to agree on it. Everyone's going to have their views.
Right.
If women feel that men should never talk to them on the street, they have the right to think that.
Right.
But it is totally insane to think that men are not going to do that.
Right.
I think that part of living in a big city is that you're going to see everything.
Right.
There's antisocial people, there's normally social people, there's crazy people, there's very social people. You have a mix of totally everything. So women are not the only people that walk around and get talked to by people.
Exactly.
I mean, I get people asking me for money, and people if I could do a survey, and if I could, people asking for directions or whatever.
That's true.
So you're always getting talked to, and you always get weird looks or someone that maybe looks intimidating. That's just part of city life.
Right.
But as far as catcalling, I would say that is another thing that will always be there. And specifically in that video, the 10 hours video, those guys are not doing what I teach, and I believe it's the same
as far
thing.
as like actually
you don't say,
you're
not going to get a girl by going, damn girl, that's the guy is just almost like he's socially uncalibrated, and he doesn't know any better.
Like he doesn't know how to actually go up and talk to a woman and have a conversation and keep that going.
So I would say almost like feminists might look at what we do as we're teaching guys to do that, when in reality we're kind of empowering guys that don't have the skills with how to do it correctly.
Right.
Because when I see a girl I like, I would run over and say, hey, excuse me, I noticed you walking past, and I thought you were really cute. I wanted to come and meet you and see if you're cool. I'm Steve, what's your name? I'm doing it in a way where even if they are taken or married or not interested in me at all, which happens most of the time,
we already know how that goes.
pretty much every girl will stop. If they're in a big rush, then they don't stop, and I'm okay with that. So guys also, some guys are crazy and think every girl should stop and talk to them. That's crazy. So a lot of people's expectations are inaccurate and not with reality. you got to really ground yourself in reality. And by me going out doing this so much, I am very realistic with that it's okay whatever happens.
Right.
If a girl, you know, stops and talks to me and she likes me, that's cool.
Right.
If she stops and talks to me for a little bit, but she's married and obviously we can't proceed any further,
right,
that's cool.
Right.
If she doesn't stop, or if she stops and she's not interested in me, I'm okay. You know, whatever scenario happens, I'm okay with it. One of the things I tell everyone, because the guys that are not okay with that, it is a reflection of their self-esteem.
Right.
Guys that are not okay with the rejection,
right.
if you want to call it that, that's a reflection of their self-esteem.
Right.
They're trying to get what's it called? Like feedback from the girl that's going to make them. Yeah,
right.
That's the term, right? They're trying to get validated by the girl, and if you live life like that, you're going to be very unhappy.
Right.
So I tell everyone, you're awesome before you approach the girl, you're awesome while you're talking to the girl, and you're awesome after. Whatever she does in between, that's just going to be a reflection of what she's feeling that day, if she's interested in you or not. And as a confident, grown man, thinking in reality, you should not let her, whatever her response is, change or shift your self-esteem at all.
Exactly.
So I'm awesome no matter what happens,
Exactly.
because I love myself. And you want to get to the point where you love
right.
yourself and you don't need that validation from someone else. So as far as street harassment, I think in that video, everyone's commenting on stuff. My take was that I watched it and I said, wow, there's no street harassment in this video.
Right, exactly.
Because there's just guys catcalling.
Right.
And for me, the definition of harassment is, so a guy does something, and now the woman has to make it clear that she does not want him to proceed.
Right, and then
now if he says, I'm sorry, and walks away,
right.
that's cool.
Right.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Now if he proceeds and continues to cross the line and
right.
keep doing, after she has said stop, now that is harassment.
Right.
So in that video, there's only one dude that comes close to that.
Right.
It's the guy with the red hat that
right.
is following her, talking to her.
Saying, hey,
which,
am I too ugly for you?
Right. Which his behavior is not any way of meeting women,
right.
and he is an idiot and he's doing it totally wrong.
Right.
But at the same point, I wouldn't classify that as street harassment.
Right.
A lot of women might, but you see, because she just ignored him,
right.
she didn't say, hey,
stop,
this is annoying me, I'm in a rush today, please leave me alone.
Right.
So the women that they're going to say, whatever, that guys should be respectful, not do that. To expect every guy in the city to fall into that category is impossible.
Right.
There's always the crazy, creepy guy. So it's just going to happen, and there's no way around it. Right. I wish guys wouldn't do it, but some guys are always going to do it. Right. So the women that are expecting different behavior out of millions of people, they're crazy as well.
It's not going to happen, right. So lastly, where can people get in contact with you if they want coaching? What's your website? Like, how do people get in contact
basically,
with you?
my website is nycdaygame.com. So that's the best way to find me, right. And see some of my videos and some of my stuff. And yeah, I'm also on Facebook as Steve Daygame, so a lot of people connect with me through that. I have a Daygame chat, a private chat, where a lot of guys all talk for advice and who wants to go out today, who wants to meet up, and all that stuff. So that's really good. Right. And yeah, but my website is the best way to.
And you have some like courses that you give, like you have like.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the main things I work with is, since I pretty much do exclusively guys in the daytime. Right. I have a course, one-day course, Get Over Approach Anxiety. Because a lot of guys want to be meeting women, but they're holding themselves back due to the fear and anxiety of approaching. So that's pretty much 4 hours of going out, breaking down those barriers, and getting them to take action and that. And then I have a 10-week course, which is more to build a solid habit of going out and doing this. Right. So you're not reverting back to the old ways of holding yourself back.
Right.
So that's pretty much my two things. But I also offer like hourly coaching and Skype coaching, and any way I can help a guy, I'm interested in doing.
That's what's up. I want to thank you for coming to the Coach Corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, make sure you check out Steve Daygame. He has game. You guys gotta get the coaching, man. He's good. All right. So listen, remember, always, I'm gonna leave the link below so you can also get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men, or you could go to MrLucario.com. Make sure you check out Steve Daygame. We are out of here. This is the Coach Corner. Remember, people, the truth is inside you. Peace. We are out. Later. Yeah.